What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are going to talk about Columbian mammoths. Columbian mammoths were the biggest mammoths that were around. They were the biggest elephant species to ever live in North America, for sure, and they got way further south than I ever thought they did. So that actually makes this a really cool article, in my opinion, to go over. Because you'll actually be surprised just how successful Columbian mammoths were, and actually mammoths in general, mammoths and mastodons. So, yeah, guys. Before we get into that, though, please go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on all of my social medias, which will be at the end of this video, as well as drop comments down below with anything you would like for me to see to cover in the future, or what you guys liked about this particular article. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into the Columbian Mammoths Natural Range. Alright guys, like I always like to say, I don't own the rights to this article. I only use them to pass along information to you guys. This particular article is owned by markgelbert.worldpress.com, and if you guys would like, please go over there and show them some love. Or just stick around and we will go through this together. So, here we are, the southern and northern range limits of the Columbian mammoth. If the US government exiled me for some reason, I'd consider moving to Canada or Costa Rica. I'd probably choose the latter because the weather is nicer. I fantasized about moving to Costa Rica a few months ago and even searched online for a house. I found a nice home for sale at a price similar to the value of my current residence in Augusta, Georgia. Monkeys and quadrumundis frequently the backyard there. The satellite television service is reportedly poor, so I might not get to watch the Georgia Bulldogs play football. I suppose if I made this fantasy come true, I'd have to rename my blog Costa Rica before peace. Central America provided a diversity of habitats for many species of megafauna during the late Pleistocene. During full glacials, tropically heated water pooled near the equator and did not circulate into the North Atlantic. The region stayed warm year-round and was covered with various types of tropical forest. Yet some grasslands must have existed because fossil evidence of the Columbian mammoth, a grazer, has been unearthed at sites in Costa Rica referred to as the Hacienda Silencia, or the Silent Estate. From what I can determine online, this site sounds like an upscale resort. This is the southernmost known range limit of the Columbian mammoth. A deep belt of tropical forest, inhospitable to Columbian mammoths, must have prevented the species from moving farther south and colonizing South America. A specimen identified as a mammoth was found during the 1930s in Guyana, but that specimen has been lost and it's likely a misidentification. Instead, the specimen probably represented another species of proboscidean that did colonize South America. There were four genera of proboscideans living in Central America during the late Pleistocene: the aforementioned Columbian mammoth, as well as mastodon, stegomastodon, and gomphothere. The remains of mastodon and gomphothere have never been found together in the same fossil site in this region, leading researchers to believe they occupied different types of habitat. Mastodons preferred lowland aquatic habitats, while gomphotheres lived in higher, drier forests. Columbian mammoths favored savannas and prairies, but could adapt to some wooded environments. The wide geographic range of the Columbian mammoth is evidence that it was a particularly adaptable species capable of surviving in many different habitats. Um, so I wonder if it's possible that they had different subspecies, like how African elements have like the savanna elephant and the forest elephant. I wonder if mammoths had that kind of thing going on. At least maybe the Columbians did. Yeah, there's a picture of what one looks like, what one could look like. I love how these tusks just kind of curl up and all around one another. Range maps of Columbians and woolly mammoths. Fossil evidence of Columbian mammoth has been found farther south than this map indicates. Genetic evidence suggests these two species occasionally interbred where their ranges overlap. Columbian mammoths lived as far north as southern Canada. Genetically and morphological evidence suggests that it hybridized with woolly mammoths. In the northern part of its range, where it overlapped with its northern cousins, some mammoth species found in the Great Lakes region have been given this species name Mammoth jeffersoni. Scientists suspect this purported species is merely a Columbian and woolly mammoth hybrid. Columbian mammoths were substantially larger than woolly mammoths, so these species were nearly all the result of male Columbian mammoths copulating with female woolly mammoths. Male Columbian mammoths overpowered male woolly mammoths in battle over mating rights. The same scenario holds true today in Africa, where larger savanna elephants occasionally mate with smaller forest elephants. There is also a case of an African elephant successfully mating with an Asiatic elephant in captivity. Scientists haven't yet conducted a genetic study to determine when Columbian mammoths diverged from woolly mammoths. The ability of the two species to hybridize suggests this divergence was more recent than the fossil evidence suggests. Kind of makes you wonder if it didn't happen just like while they were coming across the land bridge. You know what I mean? So like one stayed north, and that's what gave rise to the woolies. Like so, you had the steppe mammoths that came across, and then you had in the north some of the steppe mammoths became woolly mammoths, and the ones that went further south became the Columbian mammoths. It's really cool that they could hybridize too. That's something I didn't really know ever, so that's amazing to see. But it also kind of makes me wonder if maybe they're hybrids. So since the father was the Columbian mammoth, they probably got bigger than woolly males did, but they probably still mated with woolly females, if that makes sense. Because they probably still wouldn't have been big enough to like really compete with the Columbian mammoths. Um, I would think if it's working out this way in my head, it's probably like one for one. Here's the it's kind of like if you like breed a dog. So like it could get bigger than the father, and if it does, then yeah. But sometimes it'll more than likely just stay about in between its parent size. So it could, but it would still have like the genetics of the Colombian mammoth. So it probably might be stronger, and that might have given it an edge to like overdo the woolly males, and so it probably could breed the females. Flip side of that, it was probably bred with more by the females. Probably went the other way. Like the females probably went and joined up with Colombian mammoth herds. So I don't know. In my head, that's kind of like a cool what if. All right, guys. So that was it. The furthest south that Colombian mammoths could be found. Basically, the only thing that stopped them was a rainforest. That was pretty much it because they preferred the savannas. So if they were going to go any further south than that, then that was they would have to like go through that forest, and most of them probably didn't. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's that one that may or may not be a mammoth, and it'd be really interesting to find out if it was or wasn't, and if it was, even better, was it a Columbian mammoth? Because that means then they went way further south than we thought they did. Um, but yeah, so hey, you guys let me know what you guys think. This is kind of a short video, but hey, this was one of the cooler things that I found, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. Go ahead and please, like I said before, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. And follow me on all my social medias, which are coming up next, and I will see you guys in the next video.